Have you ever felt that intimidating pressure of opening a brand new notebook? Staring at those blank pages? Hello there, friends! It's Ian DJ here from Archer and Olive Ambassador Team and RavenFox13 over on Instagram. Today, I want to share some tips to help you break through the fear of getting started with a fresh notebook. Let's make those first pages exciting instead of overwhelming. I'll be sharing 5 simple techniques I use to overcome the challenge of facing blank pages in my journal. The materials that we will be using today are an Archer and Olive notebook, several Archer and Olive calligraphs, a pencil and eraser, any fine liners you have, and an ephemera. It could be any image, sticker, or a scrap paper that is in your stash that can be pasted on a journal, and adhesives. Let's get started by creating a swatch page for your supplies. Whenever I'm unsure where to start, I like to begin by swatching some of my journaling supplies on either the front or back page of my notebook. This simple step lets me explore color combinations, see how they look together on the page, and often sparks ideas for a new spread. Just getting familiar with the notebook and using supplies like pens and paints or washi tapes helps to ease my mind and get into the creative flow. One of my favorite ways to break in a new notebook is by filling a page or two with random shapes. You can go with a geometric or organic shapes. The key is to place them freely across the page. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Play around with one or multiple colors or mix different shapes together. If you prefer a bit of a structure, you could line them up in an alternating or a rhythmic pattern for a cool effect. One tip for this is to start with light colors if you plan to layer shapes. This way, you can add darker colors on top if you decide to overlap. It's a great way to keep things flexible in case you get carried away. If filling your notebooks with large shapes feels daunting, try using organic doodles instead. Think of terrain maps. That's one of my go-to inspirations. I usually begin by drawing an outer shape, then gradually add inner lines to create smaller outlines within it, repeating until the shape is filled. Alternatively, you can start with a small shape and let it expand by adding strokes that outline and grow it outward. In this example, I use one color, but feel free to experiment with multiple colors or different shapes to keep it interesting. You can also add these organic doodles to the page of shapes you created in the previous example. They can be as simple as random lines or easy shapes you can draw without much thought, adding texture and interest to the page. The fourth method, you can take some time to browse through your collection of ephemera. This could be your favorite washi tape, a beloved sticker, or a page from a magazine that you really love. Feel free to cut the items with a scissor or tear them by hand for a more artistic touch. Once you've chosen an image, paste it onto the page and start adding to it. Use your pens to create shapes and doodles around the image or let the colors and patterns inspire the next elements you include. Sometimes, all it takes is starting with something to spark inspiration, especially when we let our creativity flow without overthinking it. Lastly, the fifth in my 5 easy ways would be playing with positive and negative shapes. So, let's choose a recognizable shape. It could be a circle, square, or a star. If you're a fan of coffee or tea, I created the printable shape of a cup and saucer that you can use for this activity. Start by lightly sketching the silhouette of your chosen shape with a pencil. You can also draw a line to divide the page, ensuring it runs across the shape. On one side, fill the shape with words or organic doodles, while on the opposite side, focus on filling the background instead of the main shape. This approach creates an engaging visual contrast. So here's an example of a simple circle that I have cut in the middle in a full spread. The other, I fill this circle with words, and on the opposite side, I filled the background of the circle with words. There you have it. Those are 5 easy ways to overcome the blank notebook. I hope these tips have inspired you. Feel free to experiment with one or more of them in your new Archer and Olive notebooks. For even more inspiration, you can follow me on social media. Just search for RavenFox13 on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. If you create a page or two using the fun ideas I've shared here, don't forget to tag me and Archer and Olive community. Add hashtags AOShare and Archer and Olive so the community can easily find your posts. So, let's grab more notebooks to fill and share this video with your friends. Remember, you can use my code RavenFox13 for your 10% on orders at the Archer and Olive website. Stay inspired and doodle those worries away. See you again next time. This is Ian DJ, RavenFox13. Bye-bye. Ciao.